4 watching now. That would be the 4 of us. No, there's
Assuming
3 of us. There's somebody else. Hey, it's Wade. What's up, Wade? Wade says, "Hey guys."
Hey guys. All right, let's get the show on the road. Why don't we start with
watching
what we're drinking here? Tom, why don't you start us out?
All right. So I was sent a couple beer recommendations from a person on Instagram who I actually know in real life as well. His name is Nostalgic Adam on Instagram. His name is Adam, shockingly. And he told me to try the Stone Brewing Company, which is in San Diego, California. It's like, of the East Coast, I would say it's more comparable to your Sam Adams out here. It's like our big beer that every restaurant has.
Yeah, we got Stone here, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we have Sam Adams here too, but it's like when I moved from New England out here, Stone was the Sam Adams of here.
Gotcha.
It's just funny to me. This is the Espresso Totalitarian Imperial Russian Stout. And it is an Imperial Stout brewed with espresso, shockingly enough, based on the name. But
nice.
It is 10.6%, so very happy about that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's good. I like it.
Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry. Try that again.
Nestor's on as well. What's up, Nestor?
Nestor, what's going on, man?
New show, Who Dis? I like that.
TJ, what you got for us?
I'm having a Guinness.
Very nice.
I went somewhere after work to buy something better, but I went with a classic.
We're gonna get you to break out of your shell one of these days to try crazy beers that you wouldn't otherwise have tried.
I'm in.
All right, good.
Back down.
All right, I'll say this then. For the next show, I want you to try something for the very first time on the show. Put that beer to your lips for the very first time. I want an instant reaction of what you think of it.
Done.
Good.
Done. Just like that.
Job is done. My job here is done. All right,
Okay.
I'll see you guys later. What are you drinking, Trevor?
Hang on just one second. I'm trying to figure something out here. I'm drinking. I don't know why this is not letting me control this, but
oh yeah, it says the error occurred on YouTube itself. Please try again later.
Is it stopped?
For me, it is. I still see the chat going, and I'm going to tell everybody there. Bear with us.
Yeah, I see it. I think it's still going.
It is? I don't see it. Yeah, it's all right. If you do, that's all good. Hopefully everybody else does.
I just don't know why I can't get Keynote to cooperate with me here in terms of pausing and stopping and there we go. No, that's not it. No.
It was actually viewing just fine.
Yeah, it's been fine, but hang on a second. Let me get this out of the way and we'll just do it this way. How does that
Sorry,
work?
guys, we're trying this out. Oh, it's funny. You could actually see the whole slide presentation now on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Thank you guys for bearing with us. We're trying live for the very first time. So there's going to be a little bit of this as we figure it out, get things kind of smoothed out. But yeah, so a lot of new releases to go over this week, which I'm really excited to get into.
Yes.
Very much up my alley. And I know that Trevor, having 4 Anakins, will now have 4 Obi-Wans to go with them all.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I gotta make some room. Let me see if I can just find a way to. Okay, you know what? Let's just go with this. It is what it is. You're gonna kind of see my my screen, but that's okay.
Welcome to our slide presentation of 1/6 kit or kit. Jeez, pack.
Let me try it one more time here. Nope.
Shocking, we're going to be talking about Nebula. Surprise to everybody in this chat right now.
All right. I don't know what's happening here. Where's my control? All right. Anyway, let's move on. All right. So here's my beer. This is from Barrier Brewing Company in Queens. And this is called Money. Because we're going to be spending a lot of that based on what we're going to be talking about in about 5 minutes if we can get this thing figured out. It's pretty good. It's an IPA. It's an IPA. It's a good IPA.
Do you know what the ABV on that is?
Knew you were gonna ask me that.
I always do.
I don't know. We wasted enough time anyway. I'll find out later. Okay. Let me see what I can do about this. I wonder if Keynote Live would work here. This could be dangerous. I have no idea what this is going to do.
So while the dogs are barking, I will say Nestor in the chat here said, "Hey Tom, so I heard on the They're Not Dolls podcast you complaining about wanting a Nebula 1/6 figure, saying it wasn't going to happen." And it's funny enough because I actually just responded in the chat. I was like, I feel like I say a lot of that stuff, hoping that I'm wrong, because I felt like, you know, we're how many movies in at this point of all the Avengers stuff, and how many times has Nebula popped up? That, you know, Hot Toys, you never know if they're going to do it, because if going back to Rogue One, we still don't have a full team of Rogue One, even though they teased some of the characters.
Right.
I'm very, very, very happy to be wrong about that. And I know we'll go more into that in detail later, but it was funny because I didn't even remember saying that.
Let me see. What can I do here?
Wade, I'm glad I was wrong too.
Okay. I'm going to try something else here.
All right. Try new things. Well, everybody's having a great Friday. I know TJ is.
What about? Wait, what? Who?
You. I said, I hope everybody's having a great Friday. And I said, I know
I'm having a fantastic Friday. I'm feeling like myself again.
Good. It's the best way to feel. Let's hope that we all feel like TJ on a Friday.
Also, it's my puppy's 1 year. She turned 1 today.
Oh, well, happy birthday to the puppy. How long have you guys haven't had her a year though yet? If she just turned.
No, we've had her since November.
That's
like she's
awesome.
a rescue. Like, I don't even know how you determine the age, but her paperwork says April 5th, 2018.
Okay. So that is today. There you go.
Yeah.
That's funny. My kitten, who's around in this house, I literally have no idea where, turns 1 on April 29th.
Nice.
Yeah, they're both April babies. TJ, Wade is saying that you have a dance to do because
So I told Wade that I would have to ask you guys for permission to do the dance.
by all means, let's see it.
Oh, it won't work because I would have to speak for the.
You can sing, and you can dance. It's all good.
It's not. There's.
Trevor's over here trying to work out some magic with some slides, so we have to entertain the people. Give the people what they want, TJ.
What if we just keep talking about toys and making jokes?
What if we just keep making you feel uncomfortable and blush?
I will never be uncomfortable. I'm having too good of a day.
It's true. That is very true.
All right, kids, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to do our video, and it's going to be choppy, so we'll see what happens.
Hi.
But it's the only thing I can do. Tell me how this looks on Facebook or on YouTube.
It's still catching up. It's the three of us kind of chatting. Did you know that on YouTube still currently it's only showing active viewer? It's not showing the gallery view, which is weird. We can forego that for now. We have enough things to worry about. But it looks good on YouTube.
Okay, we're going in now. All right. So that was the Brews and a bunch of bullshit. So sorry about that. I think we're back on track here. This will all be edited out in post. Don't worry about it. If you're tuning in and you're still here, thank you. I hope you've been drinking. It's probably a whole lot better if you have. And then we're going to go into, we got a lot of news, like Tom said, a lot of stuff to talk about. If we get to recent pickups, we'll do it throughout the whole thing. If you've got questions, comments on what we're talking about, by all means, hit us up. Tom is going to be monitoring that, hitting us up with any questions.
I mean, hey, people are still demanding TJ's song and dance. And by people, I mean Wade.
Let me get another beer in and maybe it might happen.
But by the end of this show, We need a song and dance from TJ.
Well, I can do the dance. I don't know about the song.
You just gotta talk. Be like, this is me dancing. This is me dancing. I don't know. Whatever.
It's gonna be so awkward. And
Oh, actually, no, wait. Because when the
Organized.
presentation's done, it shows all three of us, so you're good.
Okay, this is devolved. This is totally devolved.
This is what the people came to see, Trevor.
Oh, I didn't realize that. It's a whole different show.
Yeah.
Nebula. Okay, we're all very excited about Nebula. Tom, pre-ordered?
Not yet, but not because I don't plan to, because I'm 100% getting this. It actually goes into a little bit into my like new figure arrival. I'm waiting to see what happens with Bumblebee first. Right. If I get money back from Sideshow, I have a feeling half of it's going to go back because I bought Bumblebee with gift cards just to Sideshow. So that's going to go all to Nebula if that's the case. So
gotcha.
We'll see. But yes, 100% getting Nebula.
Nice.
TJ?
100%. What's the release date? I don't think I saw that today.
Ooh, I did not either. But
2019.
I did not either. I just saw just before I put this together the price, and my guess was $230, so I was off by $5. But I don't know. I'm gonna guess Q1 2019 probably.
I will let you know in 2 seconds. It is. Nope. It is April 2020 to June 2020. So ever so slightly earlier than Iron Man and Thanos by 1 month.
Yikes.
All right.
I like how we got teased a little bit with some of the releases this year being like, hey, pre-order now, it'll be out by September. And then all of a sudden now we're back to the 18-month wait.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the 12 to 18 months.
No. No, but this looks fantastic.
Yes. I know that you have pleather blah there, but I will say the look of the suit, I love the look of the suit. Like all the different various stitching.
The details, amazing. I'm just looking at that, forgive me, but I'm looking at that crotch area and I'm like, boy, there is not much room for movement there.
Do you think it's going to be kind of like the Deadpool figure that came out? Because that was a little stretchier than regular pleather.
I didn't have it, so I don't know. Is it stretchier?
Yeah, he could actually do some pretty decent poses. Actually, he could do more than what my Spider-Man can do. And that's not because of Spider-Man's suit stopping it. It's just the articulation.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't look good to me. It looks really restrictive, but I could be wrong. I mean, the upper part of the body should be fine. Obviously, that arm is unrestricted, and the other one should be pretty, okay. You're just going to have to treat this,
I love the detail on that robot arm, for sure.
Yeah, the whole thing looks great, and I would, if we weren't having the issues we were having, I'd switch over to the JC Hong shot that he put up on Instagram today of the face, which looks
looked great.
Good. But yeah, doesn't look like it comes with much. I mean, pretty much what you see here.
Yeah. It's kind of, it reminds me a little bit, it's a little more reminiscent of the Gamora offering when they released the original Gamora before we got a small slug baby Groot in the volume 2 version, stuff like that.
Right.
You get a couple hands, you get her weapon. That's it.
Yeah, I thought I had the full gamut of the full breakdown of what everything she had on there, but I guess I didn't, and I just skipped through it. So Gamora, everybody's very excited, and it was really cool that it got released ahead of time, ahead of Hot Toys. Somebody at Hot Toys leaked it out.
I love that kind of like stealth photo leak kind of thing that had happened, and then Hot Toys.
Somebody at the same time, like within hours, I think had a secret base shot of it though with Iron Man. So I don't know how leaked that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
there was a whole video of it in the shelf with Iron Man next to.
Was that put out by the professional, like the actual Hot Toys team?
Justin, God, I forget his name. He's on YouTube. Justin something or other. Sorry, Justin. But yeah, he had a shot of it, and he just took some stills and put them up on YouTube.
So I will say, Wade wanted to know, and I know we don't have the picture up anymore, of how we felt about Nebula's eyebrows and how it's kind of looking. They look a little more organic, kind of hairy, a little less.
Listen, this is, we're doing this live and it's a mess anyway. So I'm just going to go back here and just go back and take a look here.
I'm going to have to, on my screen, pull up
They don't look too bad.
No, I don't think so.
They look good to me. However, I will say probably he might be referring to the JC Hong shots where you see a little bit more detail.
Okay.
But again, if there's anything that the latest Obi-Wan release has taught us is that everything gets softened out through casting. So who knows? It might be a little less.
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit.
We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about Thanos.
Yes.
Now,
I'm giving him, you know what? Standing ovation for Armored Thanos. Thank you. I've been wanting that figure.
Yeah, this looks hot. I mean, this is like, this might make me break my Marvel rule too. I don't know.
I could tell already he's going to be a show-stopping piece in the same way that the Gladiator Hulk is in the collection.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, not having a representation of Thanos, if you're going to have any Marvel characters, is a tragedy. So, I think this is the one to have. I mean, I like the last one. I know you both have it.
I canceled mine to order this one.
Oh,
nice.
I purposely delayed my payments so that I could kind of give this guy as much time as possible because I knew he was going to be wearing full armor.
You are calculated.
Yeah, it was very calculated. Because
Nice.
this is the one I wanted from day one. That's the only reason why I waited so long on the original Thanos. I wanted full armor, and they delivered beyond my expectations.
Right.
DJ definitely has him, and he's been killing pictures.
Yeah, I know. Beautiful shots.
Some of my favorite pictures of Thanos have come out of DJ.
I know.
thank you.
TJ.
I've been working hard on being better.
Your Hot Toys will be calling anytime.
Yep.
Anytime now.
I can't do that.
No?
I'll make a joke about that later.
Yeah,
Being a blogger has this. There's this word that I don't like: deadlines.
Deadlines and as far as I know, free, but
Hobby
another
deadlines.
story.
Dude, free should be the number one thing that should make you.
I know, but like hobby deadlines, it's really hard.
But it's not. It becomes kind of you're getting paid in figures. You're getting paid in this kind of figure.
Yeah,
Look at this guy.
Like one huge fantasy, but like if they do come calling, like I'll pick up.
Yeah.
I just know that if they ever called me, the answer is yes. They don't even have to say anything. I'm just like yes.
I don't know. That's a discussion we should have another time because that's an interesting topic. I don't know if I'd be so ready to do that. I think that comes from my years of like being, well, Tom, you're in graphic design too. It's like, don't do these, these contests, these things for free. Like, oh, we're going to get you more work if you take this work on. And I realize you may or may not get a figure. From what I've heard, you don't always get a figure.
I've heard. So, well, okay. I've heard mixed reports in the beginning. I heard that you didn't. And then talking with people that I shall not name a little more in depth, you do get the figure. So I know the people I talked with a little bit a little bit more than the people I talked to in the beginning. And so I kind of believe, I mean, I'd hope if you're giving them all this free publicity, free stuff to kind of put out there and promote their pieces, that you get the figure in return.
I would at least hope so. I mean, you're talking about Thanos here, which is a nice 450 or whatever. You're shooting Iron Man, or you're shooting what's that?
I think it's 420.
420. Okay. You're shooting, a lesser figure that's $230, and you're giving them 10, 12 shots that are highly edited, and I've done this.
Though? I would be doing that stuff for free for my Instagram page anyway. So at least this way I get the figure for free. So it's a little something in return.
I guess so. My point of contention there is it's, I've done it for QMX, and, frankly, I get paid for that. And
I get it. I've learned very early on, you don't do art for free, for sure.
Yeah, and again, it's like, is it exposure? But I mean, I don't know if a lot of these guys are doing anything with that kind of exposure anyway.
The exposure is the exposure in this type of game that the three of us partake in, which is figure photography. I know not everybody watching the show is a photographer of figures,
right? Which is why I don't want to delve too deep. But yeah, we're on this subject, so let's go.
The exposure is to get the contract with Hot Toys. It is to get those types of bigger contracts, right? Because there is no higher thing than that unless you become their. I bet BG Toy Art is different. I bet Alex is different because he actually does their prototype pictures. I guarantee at least I hope that he worked out a deal where he gets paid to do the prototype pictures, because
I
that's
hope so.
doing blogger shots.
I hope so. Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, that's my key. It's my main point of contention is it's Hot Toys. They're making money, they're making money hand over fist. I know they are. You know what I mean? It's like you don't make a lot of money in 1/6 figure manufacturing. There's not a lot of margin for smaller companies, but Hot Toys has the entire line of production, under their thumb. They got everything together, and they're making tons of money.
Yep.
And they can afford to pay people to take pictures that they're going to use. You know what I mean? That's my only. All right, let's move on. Yeah. This looks hot.
So let me ask TJ a question before we leave Thanos, because we didn't really get into it. So you have the Infinity War Thanos.
Yeah.
Did you pre-order this one? And there's a follow-up question.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, well, there's going to be 2 follow-up questions. Do you plan to pre-order this one?
It depends. On occasion, like I will like to get it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Depending on the price, because like recently, like the Hong Kong prices are like jacked.
Yeah, I've been noticing that, especially with the Iron Man, which we'll go into.
They know how to get us.
Okay, so my third question is, if you did get this one, would you be keeping both?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I know Wade 16 Bliss is saying here in the chat that he has the Guardians of the Galaxy version, which personally, armor-wise, that's the most comic accurate, and I loved that version. I just wish he had the size and the girth compared to the new Thanos.
Yeah.
He has the Infinity War, I believe, on the way. He says he will have all 3.
Yeah.
He's got Infinity War already.
Oh, he does have it already.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's planning on keeping all 3. And I know all 3 of them are in the higher of the price points of Hot Toys figures. So it's the question, do you keep all 3? Do you replace one for another kind of thing? Like what Trevor was saying, if you need a Thanos representation or something like that, I only need the one, and this is going to be my one.
Right. Right. I think if I was as deep into Marvel as I am into Star Wars, I'd probably have both of them, because I have 3 Anakins, so I'd probably have 3 Thanos representations on my shelf as well. I love that the helmet fits the sculpt. It's the benefit of having a bald character here. That's awesome. You don't have to have a separate helmet sculpt. Until
this picture, actually. I think I might have missed that.
Yeah. Cool. So 2020, Q1 2020. Oh yeah, I said 2019 on Nebula. It is 2019. I'm behind. So what do we think about this blade? Like, what is the deal with this thing? Is it just something he picks up that was?
It doesn't look like. Thanos is of a size where I don't think you can just pick up a weapon if you're Thanos' size and have it perfectly fit your hand, right? Because he's gigantic.
Right.
I feel like this is a weapon he has, or he conjures it with the Reality Stone, because we do see him here with the full gauntlet again. Sure. Yeah. Now, I did have a question, because I've seen the pictures of him from the secret base, as well as the pictures of all the items you get with this figure.
Right.
They showed in that picture with all of the items you get, hands that are on the gauntleted side, but they're regular hands. So is that gauntlet going to be removable, or was that a mistake for that picture because in the secret base, they don't have those hands outlaid in front of the figure?
Interesting. Well, one would assume that it gets removed at some point, but is that part of the enough, to have it part of the story? And no, I'm assuming they're going to remove it at some point. He's got to lose it.
Yeah. I mean, something has to happen.
Or it's destroyed with him and it's always on him. I don't know.
Or there's something to negate the power of the gauntlet. Maybe our heroes get something equally as powerful somehow, or something.
Infinity anklet.
Yeah. That would be great. Well, so in the comics, there are things like the Norn Stones, which is
I remember that.
Yeah. So there's other MacGuffins in the Marvel universe.
Right.
But I would love the Thanos figure to have the option to remove the gauntlet or have the gauntlet. I think that's a great plus side.
Right. Yeah, 16 he's saying the Guardians comes with the throne, so that's the reason to keep it for sure. Hey, Bearded Toy Man is in here. What's up, man?
What's up, Jordan?
Yeah, that throne would be sweet. I mean, even having the throne with this one, if he fit in there, it would be pretty awesome.
I've thought about getting that throne numerous times. Though now, what's
Separately?
weird about that throne is that in Infinity War we saw that he has another throne, the one where he's like he had hoped Gamora would sit on.
Right.
So, what was that throne that we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy floating out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably just a forethought that they, before they really thought this thing through, and
Because it could have been, he could have brought Gamora to that weird outer spacey place in Guardians and been like, I hope you sit on my floating throne.
right.
Or I hope you sit on my more, down to earth throne in this big empty room.
I have a feeling if he's not physically sitting in it in this one, that's pretty much a dead issue. And even having like a third party version of it is that's going to be the only throne is that first Guardians of the Galaxy version.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see.
I don't think he'll be sitting in this one. I don't think he has a throne. He built a new throne on his farm.
Yeah. So 415, yeah. So let's see. He does have.
Yeah, the hands.
Yeah, he does have the hands.
So I hope that that's the case, that the gauntlet is removable.
Spoiler.
Huh?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler, there's a hand under that gauntlet. I hope that he has the cuff as well, like the thing that's on the other side, so he can kind of look fully armored without the gauntlet on both hands.
So this has got to be the same body, right? I mean, they didn't go and develop a new body, so same limitations with the 90-degree arms, right?
More limitations.
Just did a review on this on XGlue, and everything about this limitations of this thing.
There's a great review on XGlue.
It is. It's beautiful. Some lovely pictures and some
review
prosaic writing too.
That's what they say about me.
So 90 degrees, that's what you get from those arms. That's it, basically.
Yeah, and it's like that awful 90 degrees where like the rest of the material just starts to fold over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the elbow joint area. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It's the same thing as the Hulk, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it is.
And you don't want to leave it that way because it'll start to fold, it'll start to crack if you leave it to that too long, right?
My Hulks have been fine. I don't know about your Hulk, TJ, but my Hulks, like in my case, my Hulks have slightly bent elbows. Have never had a problem. I bent my Gamora's arm for like a second, and it was white already. So I don't know if it's a different material or what.
I've never tried it with my Hulks because I was always afraid that I'd just destroy it.
Yeah. See, I got my Hulk before I knew of the issue of bending a seamless body. So I always left him in the case hulked out like this. And to this day, no lightening of the color in his elbow joints, no anything. So I don't know if it's because he's so big, it's a thicker material or what, that bends a little easier.
Maybe.
But I feel like the armor is going to be a limiting factor on that guy for articulation.
This, despite Thanos, I think I might be getting this. This is just awesome looking. I'm not a big Iron Man guy, but this is cool. I just like the nods to the old uniform, the original suit, and things like that. So I'm digging this. And the sculpt is insane. The unhelmeted sculpt, it's crazy.
I was a little disappointed that the 50 didn't come with a newer head sculpt.
Yeah.
This one did.
Yeah.
This one's perfect. Yeah, I know.
How do you think they're getting it? Accessory packs. So we saw this with the Hulkbuster. We've seen this though with Iron Man before, right? Like, did they announce these on the 50?
So they did not. When the 50 first came out, there wasn't the additional accessory pack thing. But they also didn't say, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but when I pre-ordered this guy, I did not see this being called out. I think they said additional accessories to be revealed, as in there's specific things that are coming with this figure they can't show before the movie comes out.
Oh, they might have gotten me by that. They might have got me on that. Yeah, I mean, you might be right on that. Somebody look it up. Yeah,
I guarantee, based on the amount of accessories that they showed with this, there's got to be more to this figure.
Yeah,
they've shown.
Well, those lightning whatever whatever the hell they are.
Oh, those things on his back.
On his back.
There's a thing for it.
Yeah, I mean that's a big accessory, but yeah, I would assume there's got to be some more due to the nanotech thing, and he's got to be using that throughout the movie. So.
We don't know if this is nanotech because we see him in the trailer working on his helmet in
true enough.
regular tech.
He may not have access.
Yeah, something he could have sustained way too much damage in his fight with Thanos, and it might not be nano anymore. We don't know.
True enough, but I mean, he's coming back. He's coming back to Avengers headquarters, so one would assume that he has more nanosuits hanging around.
He did say though that the thing in his chest was a housing unit. I'd imagine that housed probably all of his nanotech in it.
Yeah.
And so if that got damaged or something had happened to that, he might not have more or the time to develop more before going up against Thanos. Who knows?
Possibility.
We'll know in a very few short weeks.
I can't wait. Oh, who's got everybody got tickets?
Oh, yep.
Nice. Thursday?
Yep.
Friday.
Sweet.
And Friday and Saturday. Thursday and Saturday.
Nice. Yeah, I got the real 3D, which I'm not thrilled with that, but it's fine. I'll go see it in IMAX the next day or something like that.
I'm doing real 3D on the Thursday, and I'm doing IMAX on the Saturday.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
When I woke up that morning, it was like the apocalypse had hit every movie theater site known to mankind because it was just like everyone was down.
Oh yeah, and you guys, you're 3 hours behind. I was like gone there like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I could have gotten IMAX, and I was trying to get a bunch of people together to say whether they wanted to go or not, and I was just going to grab tickets for everybody, and you know how that goes.
You could have just fucking flipped them on eBay for how much more do they?
Had I known, you're not shitting. I know. I mean, I don't usually like to do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like if there's extra toys, I'll leave them in the store for people and stuff. I'm not buying them up, but yeah, no shit. I mean, $5,000. People are nuts.
People are nuts. People have too much money. I mean, certain people.
That's the other thing that we won't get into, but yes. Yeah. So and the other thing about this is it could be the last Robert Downey Iron Man. So you know, if he leaves, if he dies, it's not like the actor died, but I guarantee the prices of some of these things will go up because you're not going to get another Downey Iron Man. This is it. It's the end of the line, which is going to be crazy for Iron Man until they come out with Iron Heart, I'm sure, that's my.
You think Riri Williams is next up on the docket? Is that what that is?
I think it's what's her name? Black Panther's sister. I think that's.
Oh,
yeah, that's my.
Shuri forgoes the mantle of Black Panther and steps into wow.
Correct. She's the tech genius. She can build all this stuff. She can repair it. Guaranteed. That's what's going to happen.
That's one way I think to win the audience over on that character, or not
Absolutely.
that character.
She's got to become more than stepping into her brother. And I mean, I don't think Black Panther's going anywhere for a while. That's a popular movie. If they can get him, Bose to sign up for a long time, 3 movies, 4 movies, it's too long for her to sit around waiting around doing, his backup tech work. So I think she'll step into it.
The role of Q is an awesome character still. So
true. Who played Q?
John Cleese was the Q of some era. That's all I know.
John Cleese was Q once? Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan Q, right?
And Dame, not Maggie. What the hell's her name?
Was she?
Yeah, they had a female Q. For one of them, I don't remember. My James Bond trivia is out the window.
Jaeger DX wanted to remind us all that Shuri is dead, and yes, we know. But also, there is a Black Panther 2 in the books coming out. So,
everybody's dead.
As much as Marvel wants to say the dead will stay dead, I have a feeling it's going to be like the dead will stay dead of the reality we saw, and something's going to happen. That there's going to be a whole new reality, and everything's fair game.
Yeah. Have you been watching the OA? Yeah.
I've not seen season 2 yet.
Okay. Season 2 gets weird, man. Really
I can't wait. Season 1 was weird enough.
Wait, I've never seen season 1. How good is it?
Oh, good.
It's really worth seeing.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the cover of half the Marvel magazines, or the Marvel comics in the 70s and 80s was this for real. Dead. They're for real. Like, nobody's dead for real in Marvel Comics.
This has never happened before until the next time it happens.
Exactly.
Everything, yeah.
For the final time. But this head sculpt is killer. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Everything about this suit speaks to me on a level of marrying the original Iron Man from the comics to the modern nanotech Mark 50 and blending it in a perfect way. And that head sculpt honors Robert Downey's portrayal of Iron Man, portrayal of Iron Man. See, additional accessories coming soon. It does not mean pack.
Correct. This does come. I mean, well, no, I guess what they're doing is they're just filling up those spots with some shots of the arm and the armor. So that's where things are coming. Interesting, though. Like, what can't they show that's going to be, you know?
I know something that they can't show, but I'm not going to tell anybody anything.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're live. We can't do that. Okay.
You wouldn't want to know anyway. Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do. I don't care.
Okay, we'll talk about it after we're off.
Right.
But yeah, hot. I think, you know, despite the price, I mean, that's you're talking about $800 right there between two figures from this movie.
Yeah, but you can. So if you order through SideshowCollectibles.com, you can order it through 7 different payment plans, and it's only goes out to $50 a month. So,
I know how it works.
I did that. That's how I justify it to myself. Okay, so that's the way my internal monologue speaks to my brain, and that's how I pre-order everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, how do you think I have like 165 1/6 figures at this point? Yeah, I've justified it. Yeah, often.
I know what you mean.
All right. Oh no, this was a surprise.
So you ordered them, right, Trevor?
Oh yeah, I gotta have the bookshelf. I gotta have the bookends. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is weird. And it's weird for I'll get to that, but so this glows under LED light, not UV light, which is interesting.
That is weird,
right? I noticed that. I'm like, I still haven't gotten the right light that the UV one glows under. I've been using purple gels to shoot it, and that seems to make it glow a little bit. I'm gonna have to go get one, but so this one's UV or LED light, so I don't know what the hell that means. I gotta be honest, this is cool. I like the first one that came out. I don't know if it's 385. That was the first one. I don't know. I know probably, you know, Iron Man people are like all over this thing, collectors, but I think the general public is probably like
the people that will buy every Iron Man figure will buy every Iron Man.
Oh yeah. I think
the people that bitch about every Iron Man figure, they're still going to bitch about every Iron Man figure.
Right.
It's the way of the world.
It is weird. I mean, it's a cool look. I was kind of a impulse buy when I got the blue one, but it is cool looking. I just think about it from a practical standpoint, and it's like, why would you ever want to have a suit like this? You know, I mean, there's nothing stealth about it whatsoever. I mean, unless you want to hide in a disco or an arcade in the 80s, I really don't know what this would help with.
Well, they're not billing it as stealth. My thought is, I mean,
no, I know.
The design of this graphic at the bottom, they're very much leaning into the Tron thing.
Oh, dude.
And they know their audience.
Tron, I got this in here. It's unbelievably Tron.
Yeah, it's very Tron. I think it's gonna make the people happy that want those figures, and it's gonna anger people that will never buy it anyway. And I don't know why it angers them, but at the same time, just, you know, I think that looks awesome. I think they look great together. If you Tron,
they do look kind of cool because I love Tron, and they do look kind of cool. But it is really odd that, and there's my comment on that. It's a complete and utter Tron rip.
Well, so there was a while where the comics, they were doing Tron-inspired Marvel characters. There's a Spider-Man Tron. There's a Captain America Tron. So, like, it's not even removed from the comics. It's very much an homage to even that stuff. So,
I guess so.
You know,
but even just shape-wise of some of the graphics and stuff that they have on there, you know, the lines of the neon and stuff, it just really is. Even those little circles on the blue, guy there from Tron, they're up on the shoulders of.
They're on the hips too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's cool. If you're into those two things, great for those people that collect them. I did think that this was going to be an April Fool's joke, but then
so did I.
But I will say I thought of it was an April Fool's joke on the very first picture, and then when I swiped to see it multiple times, multiple ways, I'm like, way too elaborate to be an April Fool's joke. Oh, yeah. Not going to be one. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I mean, after that teapot stormtrooper, and I knew anything's possible from Hot Toys. So, any thoughts, TJ? Pass.
Easy pass. They're terrible.
Not when you have such a sleek thing like the 85 and the 50 coming out. I mean,
yeah. I'm sticking to the movie figures.
Yeah, Jaeger said he hoped it was an April Fool's joke, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the other potential April Fool's joke up here next?
No, I threw this in here. So, we had talked about the I guess I got those going. We don't know what the price is yet on this. This is from War Story. They do a lot of like ninja inspired, well endowed women things. It's cool stuff. I think they do some soldier stuff too. Some of those, tweaked out soldier figures. But so this was kind of interesting, except that they've done rooted hair and stuff. I don't think it's any better than that 1/8 Star Race official version, really.
No.
It might be slightly better sculpt, but still looks very weirdly like China dollish. It's very odd.
Very China dollish. And I feel the exact same way about the Star Race thing. I feel like they are par for par in just categories and different skins. So,
but I guess if you want a 1/6 version of this character, I guess there's just no chance in hell that Hot Toys is doing this.
I do want them to do a secret wish of mine is for them to get the CW characters, because I really do want a Gustin Grant Flash, like actually pretty badly.
You want Hot Toys to get that?
Yes, Hot Toys. And
do they not have the option for that at this point? I mean, if they have a DC license, do they not have the option for that? I mean, I would think that they'd have the first right of refusal for something like that.
I would say it depends on how Warner Brothers has their licensing kind of put out there.
Yeah.
If they did even offer it to Hot Toys, and Hot Toys was like, at the time, they weren't even doing probably the TV show stuff for Marvel yet.
Right.
Now we just do movies and video games. But
well, look, they're picking the popular ones to do, even from the Marvel Netflix stuff. So and they're passing on stuff that just isn't taken off. So this is probably, I don't know how well this show's doing. I've seen like 2 episodes of it.
Okay, so I've watched the first, I don't know what season it's in now, but I watched the first 2 seasons. And I loved the first season a lot. It got a little less good once the history of this character, not the character, the show, it started off on CBS. It was a funded CBS TV show.
Right.
Then it moved, CBS canceled it, moved to CW. You could tell that they had to then move everything to Vancouver, so a whole bunch of stuff changed because it was filmed here in LA during CBS days. Mm-hmm. Budgets affected it. Things kind of changed.
Did Kevin Smith come in and start directing, or did he just do?
And the Kevin Smith episodes were good. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Kevin Smith has directed episodes of Supergirl and The Flash, I believe.
Yeah.
And they're always good. Kevin Smith understands characters, for sure. These characters specifically. But the show it's fun. It's there's things I wish would change, obviously.
Yeah. Because
there are times where you're like, wait, why isn't, because they introduced Superman into the world, and they're like, well, but why isn't Superman coming in to help if it's like too much for just Supergirl?
Right.
There's always
this is always my problem with those movies. It's like, where is everybody else? And it was my problem with I let it go for the Netflix stuff, because they made allusions to the first Avengers movie in the first season of like Daredevil, and the big green guy and the alien attack. They made references to it, and it's like, okay, even within the other shows, when they're doing something that's just overwhelming them, it's like, hey, you got 4 other of you like right in the neighborhood, literally. Like one's in Hell's Kitchen, one's in Queens, one's in the like Harlem.
Yeah.
It's a bus ride, man. Come on, help me out. You know what I mean?
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. And that's one of the things I liked about the latest season of The Punisher, is that it took place for half of it elsewhere in the country.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good. Break it. Like, it doesn't all have to happen in New York. Okay.
Right. So I'm not wondering where the fuck is Punisher. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or where the fuck is Daredevil? I mean, so yeah. So this is, I can't imagine this is going to be much more than a 150 or something for this thing, but no price as of yet.
Right? Is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. 2. I'll have 2. I got
4.
a custom coming too that I'm paying like $700 for. I don't. It's Shazam. So this is a tease. I'm surprised nothing else has come up with this in terms of this figure. I mean, usually they'll tease something and it's maybe a few days later. But
usually when they show these types of pictures where they spend a lot of time on the actual teaser pic, it does to me. correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it always takes them a while before they end up showing the figure, like a month or so.
It might be. I don't know. I always felt to me like it was like right around the corner, and they would tease it up, and it'd be like a week away or something like.
I thought this was. Honestly think that whenever they release these, it's more to be like, "Hey fans, stop asking us questions. It's coming, okay? Just give us the time."
Right. Which they should do more of. For the love of God, put the what's his name, Cyborg up there, for God's sake. Jesus Christ.
I kind of hope that they never do. Just
every goddamn time they release a figure, where's Cyborg? I'm like on the side of where's Poe, but you know, whatever. Until they had Tarkin, that was my response to everything. Where's Tarkin? Come on.
Well, for a while it was where's Drax, and then that eventually came out.
Right, where's Drax? Where's Drax was actually a
was a 3-year event.
Where's Ripley was a hashtag. Yeah, where's Ripley?
Oh yeah. But after seeing this movie last night, I'm going to say 95% order this when it comes out.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I have not seen it yet. I'm hoping to go this weekend, but I'm hearing really good things, and that's really cool. Well, I think we'll talk a little bit more about DC in a minute, but it's weird. They're all over the place in tone and feel, and I haven't seen this, but I'm hearing like it's really good because it's a little lighter.
It balances, just like Aquaman is lighter. It still has its darkness to balance it. It's very much the Marvel formula where, hey, we'll throw in some humor to break up some heavy stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Some Marvel movies are definitely lighter. Like Ant-Man is like way more lighter and funny than,
Yeah, I mean, it's not even in tone. I'm just talking about like, yes, in tone.
Actual tone, like color tone kind of thing.
Well, that, yeah. I mean, something like it just feels more like this looks more grounded than Aquaman did. Aquaman just felt like I don't know what to liken it to, but it was just over the top with the city and the CGI. The CGI was, I don't know, it was distracting for me. I didn't love it. But I just might be a little biased on that stuff. I think it all is starting to look a little fake in its reality. I don't know how to describe it. But this anyway, so this looks really good. Light up chest, definitely lightning effects, I'm sure.
I hope the gauntlets also light up, because that's something that the character definitely has. Is there's the 3 rows on the gauntlets that also light up just
okay.
So hopefully those will light up too.
More characters? What do you think? Do you think there's strong enough characters in there to come out with more? The more of the Marvels?
They could easily go that route. They could easily go Dr. Sivana as well. I'm going to go ahead and stand on a limb here and say we won't see them from the first outing. However, they definitely, obviously, in any superhero movie these days, the first one out, they heavily set up for a sequel.
Yeah.
I think we'll start to see, because I don't see his character or his costume changing at all between 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 or 5, however many they end up doing.
Yeah.
So I think that we'll see probably more of the Marvel family, more of maybe the villains, kind of stuff like that come down the line.
Can you say, I haven't looked at this, and I don't know if anybody want spoilers, but was Black Adam or
I won't say anything because this movie only came out last night, so I don't think that it's fair to people to say anything about the movie yet.
Okay, gotcha.
But we could talk after the fact.
Okay. I like to be surprised. I don't know, the spoilers don't ruin it for me. Assassin's Creed, like, damn toys. This is a licensed figure from the Revolutionary War version, right? That was Assassin's Creed 3?
3, yeah.
I like this. This is pretty cool looking.
It's a really cool looking figure. It is the only Assassin's Creed game that I played and then jumped off 4 hours in. I was like, I don't need it.
I heard a lot of people didn't like it. Yeah.
It was very.
I think it's an awesome looking figure. I mean, I love that period of time, and it's just like the details in it are pretty cool. I love the boots, tomahawk.
TJ, what do you think? Because you have the.
It looks great. The only games I've played are with Ezio and Altair.
So you played 1 and 2, and then the sequels of 2.
3 sequels that are not really sequels.
There's a trilogy. There's an Ezio trilogy that's still under the 2 banner, which is weird. I would also buy. So I was having a conversation with Math, who is C Collectibles. Yeah. And we were talking about this, and I played the first one, I played the second one, and I played Black Flag, which I personally didn't like as much because I'm not a huge pirate fan, just in general. But also Origins, and I would buy a Bayek from Origins in a heartbeat, which is the Egyptian one, and that one's really cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
I'm not into the game, but I love that little thing. I just love the little details. I love an intricate piece of clothing, done well, and this looks pretty good.
I'm excited. Damn Toys is doing a great job with Assassin's Creed because it's a franchise that obviously in its how many games do we have out there right now? Like 7 or 8. It's obviously a very popular franchise. It does really well. People love it. And now the people that love it have a great 1/6 figure representation of it. Yeah. And I want them to do a figure. They still have yet to do a figure from my favorite Assassin's Creed games. So I'm hoping that we get that.
Which was what?
I want another Ezio as well, either from Brotherhood. Brotherhood was my favorite of the Assassin's Creed games, or Bayek from Origins.
Okay. So hope your dream comes true.
I hope so too.
All right, here we go. Prototype versus final product. Every time I look at this, and did JC Hong put something up today about? Somebody put something up about some changes were required or requested or forced upon them, by the licensor, by Lucasfilm, Disney, made changes to the sculpt, which is
really.
What's that?
Really?
Yeah. I think it might have been on JC's feed. I could be wrong about that. I just saw it like an hour ago, and I don't remember where the hell I saw it, which is bad. That's my show. But yeah, basically due to changes from the licensor, some changes were made to the sculpt from the prototype to the final product. So definite changes made. Now, why? My only thought is they've done this before with other Star Wars figures, like old Luke, old Leia. They're good looking figures, but they're definitely younger looking than they actually look. There's not the the crow's feet and things like that are a little bit reduced and things like
it's very reduced. That could have been it, actually.
I think some of the eyebrow wrinkles and things were lessened on here. And I thought maybe it was just paint, or like you said, we were talking about earlier, like a softer sculpt from, the casting. But I mean, this is Hot Toys. They're not like, there's not some schmuck in the back room with a cat.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing, but a cast will always get a little softer. That's why you usually have to post.
Absolutely, yes. And harder. The paint will not be quite as detailed, but lately they've been nailing it. When you see that incredible, JC Hong shot, what you get is like, okay, I could see a few little details here, but this to me, something changed, and I guess something actually did change. So
I do want to clarify from Wade. He did say that it was JC.
It was JCT. Yeah. It was JC Hung. Yeah, I thought so. I think it was on. Yeah, he put a post up saying that
there was a licensor that requested it. Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm looking at this thing here, and it looks like the detail in the mustache has changed. The width and size of the sides, where it comes down here.
Again, it is
wrinkles definitely in his forehead were lessened.
Yeah.
And I mean, usually this comes down to the actor. I don't know if it's the licensor or the actor has to approve the likeness. I just can't see Ewan McGregor being that type of person who's like, make me look younger than I do. So it looks great.
The one on the left, the prototype from Secret Base, this shot, I believe I sent you the shot when we were talking about it yesterday. That looks, I couldn't even tell you that was a figure.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. That is absolutely it. And the difference is the deepened forehead eyebrow lines. There's some changes in lighting here, obviously, that's going to affect it. But I think the eyebrows are a little too dark and smoothed out.
We talked about this before the cast even started, that this photograph on the right hand side isn't lit the same way, that kind of stuff too. So there is that as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't know. T, what are your thoughts, TJ?
You know what? I agree. There is kind of a slightly softer look, but I was almost tempted to get this yesterday.
You're okay with it?
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It passed the greatest test of my life. You know which test that is?
Who's that? Oh, your wife? Yeah.
White
Yeah.
test.
See, like I won't drag it out here, but I got a custom from Inigo, and I was like, when I saw this prototype, I'm like, damn, this is it, man. They nailed it again. Hot Toys did it. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hang on to that because I think it's actually better looking than this final version.
Who painted your Inigo?
God, I don't remember. Paul
Prentice?
Prentice. Yeah.
The guy who I like. Never mind.
Yeah, I know he won't respond to you.
No love.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me go grab this.
That's actually why I'm doing this show, because I want Paul Prentice to pay attention to me.
So I'll just take the head off. The lighting's horrible here, but you're not gonna be able to see this. It's too close. But anyway, I think it's a better likeness. And that Hot Toys prototype was spot on, dead on, perfect. And you're right, Tom. Like you look at that and that could almost be a still or a promo shot.
It really does look like a still from like a behind the scenes something.
And now somebody said, the final looks like almost like a middle-aged Luke.
I was going to say it looks a lot like the actual production version of Old Man Luke, almost.
Yep.
But like slightly younger. It's like an in between of Return of the Jedi and Old Man Luke.
I pre-ordered it. I got the deluxe. I like the baby Luke. I like that idea of having that. And I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm probably going to part it out and keep my Inigo sculpt and keep some of the pieces. I've got a Hot Hero outfit, which looks great. So I only need some like accessories. So we'll see. All right, now there's.
But see, now that's the production version, and that actually looks good.
That looks better. Still
not as good as the prototype, of course, but it looks better than the photo that we saw by the blogger in the previous shot.
Yeah, and it looks soft in that shot, so I don't know if it's the blogger's fault or not. I mean, it looks sharper here.
At least there's a lot more detail in the beard, for sure.
Still looks different, though. Still looks different. I don't know what they've done.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. They definitely, I think you nailed it. They probably de-aged him a little bit.
Yeah,
which
they've
is
done that. That's been the complaint, and it's like I'm not sure who's making that call. If it's the actor. I mean, I can't believe everybody's that vain. I know Mark Hamill is in that vein.
I bet it's the actors' people. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
They have the best interests of their client, kind of thing.
I think so too. I think it's probably agency or something like that that's saying, no, make them look younger, because they don't care. What do we got here? Oh, for God's sake. How great. This
is another, another standing ovation.
Yes. Bravo.
That trailer, I'm very, very excited and very happy for everything, the new Joker.
I am so psyched for this, man. It was great. I mean, it was like, I love that they're saying this is the 80s, but it looks more like the 70s to me.
It kind of does, but I think the earlier 80s definitely looked a lot like the 70s.
Yeah, it's the same cars and things like that, the angular big, Chryslers and things like that. But this to me feels like a Scorsese film. It feels like Taxi Driver. It feels like
which is hilarious that it's
comedy that they actually have De Niro in there playing the opposite character to his King of Comedy character.
Now, what do you think though about the director of this? The director's previous projects being The Hangover and Old School and things like that. This seems to have a way more darker, serious tone. I do feel, based on that trailer, that he can nail it. I'm hoping that holds up. What do you guys think?
I think so. I think if you're a comedy director, and TJ, I want you to weigh in, but like it's kind of like being a comedy. I think there's some comedians. I mean, there's people like Robin Williams who played incredibly dark characters in like 60-second video photos, 60-minute photo. What the hell was it called?
Fuck, I can't remember. I know we
photo, whatever the hell it was. I don't know why. It was a great movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a great movie. Somebody help us in the comments. But I think it's the same thing with the director. Like if you can do that kind of thing and direct those people, I think you could do a good dark, especially when you're talking about a clown. You're talking about somebody who's supposed to be happy, but isn't. And the idea that this is like a mental health treatise, you know what I mean? A little take on people who actually have mental health issues. And I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be
those shots in the trailer from behind Joaquin Phoenix's back, showing his very bony, like, I don't know what he did to kind of prepare for this role, whether or not he starved himself purposely, but it kind of looked like
he worked out with Christian Bale, I guess.
Okay, we could have a whole cast about Christian Bale's craziness when it comes to preparing for a role. But it did seem like Joaquin Phoenix took a page out of that book where he completely transformed his entire self.
And I don't think he's a method actor. I don't know for sure. Do we know? Does anybody know?
I don't know about him specifically. I do know Christian Bale is, and I also know Tom Hardy is. I feel like the ones that, I feel like we would know if he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think he's not underrated. He's done some amazing things, and I've liked just about everything he's been in, but I just don't think he's gotten the credit for some of the stuff that he's.
I think he will after this.
I mean, if the story is good, the acting just already looks fucking amazing.
Yep.
DJ?
I can't wait. I wasn't expecting this kind of take in the Joker, so when I finally watched the trailer like 2 days later, I was pretty stunned.
Yeah. Early on impressions, TJ, are you going to pre-order this if they come out with it from Hot Toys?
No.
Okay.
No?
Because, I mean, I'd have to be blown away by the movie, but the Jared Leto Joker figure looked amazing. I never got it only because I don't know what I do with it. Like 1 or 2 portraits.
Okay.
I hated the look of that. I hated what they did with that character. I thought it could have been cool. Thought I would have been wrong if Suicide Squad had been awesome and had been wow, this is a really cool modern take on the Joker. Yeah. But I gotta be honest, still have not watched that movie. I can't bring myself to sit down and watch it.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your 2 hours.
That's why I haven't watched it. Yeah. But I just heard it's interesting looking, but it's not interesting in terms of a character. So
Trevor, that said, would you pre-order this one if they came out with it?
I pre-ordered this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I love the look of it. And I think the movie's going to be, I mean, I'm rolling the dice, but I would say I think the movie's going to be at least good, if not holy shit great. And I just love the look of it. I love the character. You know, I'm not even a big DC fan, but I love Batman. I love the Joker.
Yeah.
Loved Heath Ledger, and this just looks like it. And I love Cesar Romero. And please, for the love of God, Hot Toys, come out with the Cesar Romero. I'm hoping this will be the catalyst for coming out with the Cesar Romero Joker.
It's weird to me because the Joker as a character sells out for them every time and becomes a major seller for Hot Toys. I'd imagine in the way that, because I know for a fact from watching the behind the scenes videos and whatnot that their number 1 seller is Black Widow. Number 2 is Iron Man. Whatever, but I feel like Joker and Joker figures have to be up there. So why aren't they doing the Cesar Romero one? Is it the Cesar Romero people with the license that are preventing that from happening? Because I feel like that's just printing money almost for Hot Toys.
I think the 66 was hanging around for a while.
It hung around for a while, but it's not available anywhere anymore.
Now you can't get it. There was a sudden resurgence, and I don't know what the catalyst, not to overuse that word, was for that. But when I picked them up, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know these were out there. You know what I mean? I saw them, I'm like, yeah, these are great looking. They look so good. And I loved that show as a kid, campy as it was. And I thought Cesar Romero was excellent. Still, up until Heath Ledger's portrayal, my favorite Joker.
Over Nicholson? Really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And, wait, I got to say, over the Mark Hamill stuff?
Well, see, I don't put the cartoon in the same...
How dare you? How dare you? That is an interpretation of the Joker, and is one of the best interpretations of the Joker.
No. It's a great interpretation. I love the animated series. I was addicted to the animated series, and I thought he did a great job. It's just it's a look combined with a voice. I don't know. For me, cartoons and live action or different things. It's a great portrayal.
I get it. If you want to, I would say that if you're going to say that next time when you talk about your Jokers, say my favorite live action interpretation of the Joker.
Okay, Tom.
I would appreciate that personally.
All right. Okay. As an animated person, I would like you to say, yeah, no.
Okay. Real quick before we move on from the Joker, because I feel like
we're got some more pictures of this because this is awesome.
Okay, good. This scene actually reminds me of the question I want to ask. Do you guys think that the kid that he is,
hey, Toybles,
smile, is Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's listed in IMDb as Bruce Wayne.
He is. Okay, so I didn't do that kind of deep dive.
And the guy talking on the TV about the masked vigilante is his Thomas Wayne.
Then who's the masked vigilante?
No, because he was wearing a mask. Like they kept saying he hides behind a mask because he had the clown mask on.
Hid behind the mask kind of deal? Okay, got it.
He must pull off something where he takes that mask off, puts it in the garbage on the subway there. And so that must be one of his first things. And then they're talking about it on the news, and the guy talking on the news is Thomas Wayne. So the question is, does something happen to the Waynes? I mean, as he's about the age that something happened to the Waynes. So is the point where he comes up and is sort of taunting him post their death or prior to their death, and does he kill them, or is it just an incident that happens and he happens to be around at that time, or what?
I'm going to say if he's in this movie at that age, it happens in this movie. We see.
I don't like the idea of that being the Joker. I never liked that idea.
I don't think it has to be the Joker. I think it could be a rogue henchman or something like that, even of the Joker. Like it should be Joe Chill, because it shouldn't be a Joker. It should be a character named, I think his name is Joe Chill. Maybe I'm absolutely wrong about that, but I thought that was his name. The person who killed the Waynes.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that if they're going to do young Bruce Wayne in this movie, and Thomas Wayne's going to be on TV and all this stuff's going to happen, that should happen in this movie. That way it ties this Joker in to the worlds later. If they do decide to keep this as a part of that universe. Otherwise, it could be a standalone thing and be its own thing.
Hear me out here. This
Okay.
is like this is shower thinking right here. I was, not to put a picture in your mind, but I was like, this is the kind of stuff I'm like, I love the I love the look of this so much that I think that DC missed the boat on not taking the entire franchise back to a period in the 70s or 80s.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Setting everything right there to be completely different from the Marvel movies and say, no, we're not doing modern. It's not taking place now. It's not Barack Obama. It's the 70s. It's the 80s. It's the silver age of comics.
Do you still think that the modern age is Barack Obama?
The coolest. What's that?
Do you still think that the modern age is Barack Obama? Is that what just snuck out of your mouth?
I'm talking about the when they do movies, it's generally they still have a black president or something like that. It's
I wish
representative of the last 10 years or something like that. Yes, I do though. I don't want to get political, but anyway. But
I agree with you though. That would be an exciting difference from the Marvel universe. Plus,
right?
It adds so much character into the world, even being during that time. I love period pieces, especially. I don't know why this look of Gotham that we've gotten from the trailer of the Joker looked more alive than I think we've ever seen Gotham since the Tim Burton era, which that had a completely different vibe.
Well, I would say the first couple of Nolan movies, like until the last movie, I felt that could have taken place just about. It felt to me like an 80s thing. Like he always came off. Maybe it was because of his Patrick Bateman connection, but he'd always felt like he was that 80s Gordon Gekko type of guy. Not a dick, but, a rich guy. And so to me, that felt very timeless. And this is what I like about this, but it's obviously set in a specific time, and the cars are specific and the clothes are specific. Yeah. I love it.
I do too. I love going back to there being a figure of this character.
Yeah,
which that makes me want to. I would instantly pre-order. Thank you for pulling up this picture specifically, because I would instantly pre-order this based on just the color and the vibrancy.
Oh yeah,
dude. Oh my god, that contrasted up against like a Batfleck Batman, or like a Batman wearing all black or all gray. Oh, it's everything I want from a Joker and more. And it's just like, it's funny because I remember
Can you see this guy going up against a Neil Adams colored Batman, like that type of thing?
I could.
Darker, but you know, a little,
yeah.
Little more muted, little unsaturated, but oh my god.
Yep.
So cool.
It would be a dream, and I want a figure of this badly.
But tying this in, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is no spring chicken, man. The guy's gotta be. Do we know how old he is? I'm gonna say he's 48.
Late 40s, yeah, easily. Because I feel like when I was in college is when Gladiator came out.
Yeah, and he was
he was already old. He was like already in his 20s,
like late 30s or something like that. Yeah,
late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. So to take this and bring this, let's say it's 80, even 85. We're talking 30, 25 years. Joker's going to be 70 years old. It just doesn't work with the rest of the universe. It just doesn't work.
At the same time, we don't know what they're going to end up doing, whether or not when they actually do the Flash movie, if they're going to do some kind of time paradoxy thing to meld all of it together again or what.
So, that would be cool. Anything to bring it back, man. They I'm telling you, if they had set this in the 70s and 80s, the entire DC universe, I'd be a huge fan, I think.
Yeah. I think they need to continue to distance themselves, and they're starting to do it from the Snyder iterations of these characters, or at least the Snyder influenced iterations of these characters, which I would consider Suicide Squad a part of that. And I feel like what we've seen so far from Suicide Squad 2, or what is it? It's Gotham City Sirens or whatever the movie is, that we've seen pictures of Harley Quinn come out in the pink puffy jacket or whatever it is. If they keep kind of going that route and keep distancing themselves from it, I think it'll be better for the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, you said Nestor just said you answered him already, but Black Widow, I didn't realize that was their number 2. So
no, she's their number 1.
Number 1. Oh,
she's their number 1 bestseller. Now that was based on a video interview that they did, I want to say 3 years ago. So they could have changed since then. However, they said that they make the most Black Widow figures because she sells the best.
Wow.
And I have a feeling that has a lot to do with Asian markets. Asian markets, I think, love Scarlett Johansson. But I do think that, it was surprising to me because I would have thought it was Iron Man.
Yeah.
But they said that Iron Man is number 2 for them in terms of best selling figure. And that could be rate of sellout versus number of dollars they bring in, because there's definitely way more Iron Man figures out there on the market.
Right.
But Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow is their number 1.
I love the shot. It almost looks like Heath Ledger there for a second.
It really does.
Jump. It's great.
/ Ronald McDonald.
And this is just sublime, man. Just so
it's
awesome.
Funny because I gotta say, and I will be full disclosure about this. I know I posted about it in my stories when they first pictured this Joker. Yeah. I did say I'm not 100% sure on the way how this Joker looks, because they posted that one quick video of the Joker kind of like slowly like laughing, and he had the dripping eyes and stuff.
I love that. I thought he did just his subtle facial movements were really cool. I really liked it.
The video did not sell me. However, and it wasn't until this, I came to the realization way before that. It was actually people doing fan art off of that I'm like, there's a lot of potential in the Joker with the blue diamond eyes and stuff. And I loved it almost 2 days to 48 hours like after the initial release of what this Joker was going to look like.
Yep.
It took me 2 days to get comfortable with it, and then I ended up loving it. And now I'm all in for this.
And not to get too deep into it, but I love, like, even with the Ledger Joker, the black that ran when the makeup ran, it was the best looking Joker. And the idea that these could come down and run and actually look like tears.
When I think he's laughing so hard that he cries.
Right. There's one shot. Yeah.
Blue run. Oh,
so good.
Cinematic.
I love the nose.
Yep.
Never thought that would work, but it works so well. So cool. Love it.
Excited for it. Very excited for it.
TJ, you better order that. It's going to be good.
Maybe.
All right.
Where did my money go? I like that.
And where is it going? All right, who's up? Oh, this is me. Okay. So this is the CooModel so this is what I was talking about. I'm like totally on board with this whole thing now. I'm looking at the older ones. I'm gonna grab a bunch of these because they're hot.
The details in that face look really good.
It's really nice. There's a little seam in there that I don't love. That's right along the forehead that I had to like chop out a little bit. Okay. It's not bad though. But yeah, it's basically, if I got another shirt, which I'm going to try and find, it's 2 figures. It comes with a guy who's sort of stylized looking, sort of that 3A.
Yeah. Almost Ashley
Woodish, but like a long face, very long plenum, very, very stylized.
I hope you take a picture of that at some point because I would love to see.
I will, yeah. And it's really like 2 figures, and I think I got it for like $185 or something like that.
That's a great price for 2 figures.
It is, and I think it's like going for like $240. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but it was brand new, so it's really hot. I love it. It's it's fully posable. There's a little, obviously not a lot of moving in the wrists because of the fixed. They move, they'll turn, but they don't move up and down much. And then he's got like a semi-transformed arm and a fully transformed arm. It's very cool. But the Frankenstein, I think I have a picture of that here just because I wanted to show it to you. A lot of people are like, yeah, I love the werewolf. I hated the Frankenstein. I freaking love this, man. I know it's
very cartoony compared to the werewolf, which isn't nearly as cartoony as this.
Well, it's because the wolf transformation isn't cartoony. The guy, again, like anything human in this line, is very 3A, Ashley Woodish, stylized, charactered. So if you look at the vampire, when he's not like they have a vampire that's like a bat, like fully transformed bat, but then they have the beautiful human vampire, very stylized.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Frankenstein is what he is. It's a human, so it's stylized, and I love it.
Well, he's like 10 humans, but yeah.
Yes, exactly. Right. I think it's very cool.
Anyone here watch Penny Dreadful? Are you guys Penny Dreadful fans?
I love Penny Dreadful.
Me too.
I did not start watching that.
Dude, you should watch it. It's way better than you might even think it is. It's really,
okay.
Yeah.
Did you like the last season, Tom?
That's actually the one thing I have not seen yet. I have not watched the last season because I knew it was ending. So I was kind of like, I have a hard time watching the end of stuff when I love it so much. Like I never finished Battlestar Galactica. Also because I heard that the ending of Battlestar Galactica is not good.
You got to watch it though. It's not.
Do I though? Because it's perfect in my mind.
It's not as satisfying as you'd like, but it's all right.
So I was worried about finishing Penny Dreadful. I loved what I've seen of Penny Dreadful. So yeah. I just wanted to know because
I'll check it out. I think it came on like after American Horror Story where they did the carnival one. Like it came out like a year later, and I was like, I was so burnt out on that I didn't even finish it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can get into another one.
As someone who likes really good monster movies or monster characters, like the old Universal classic stuff, Trevor, I think you'll actually really love subtle nods to things in Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
Because it's that world just come to life.
Still better than it ended so soon. Are you talking about Battlestar Galactica there, Jordan?
Still better than it ended so soon. Still better than it. I'm going to guess that Jordan is talking about Penny Dreadful because Penny Dreadful was only 3 seasons.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It ended very quickly and very abruptly from what I've heard.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Yeah, both. Yeah, Battlestar I could still continue to watch. I love it.
Battlestar, I think, was... Yeah, Jordan responded, both, exclamation mark. Yeah. So, exactly.
So my only other pickup is I bought Terminator gloves, which I haven't really been looking for, but I know they were out there, but they're hard to find. It's hard to find anybody parting this out.
You did such a good job with these. I have to give you props.
To mod out to Mad Max gloves, because I've been asking customizers, I'm like, can you do, I'm like, dude, you will make money. I'm like, just mold some hands with the gloves the way they are on Mad Max, and people will buy them. There's people out there with custom Mad Max that you can
sell a dog food can for $110. Why not make some hands?
Exactly. I tell them this. They don't listen to me. And you can't just paint the fingers black because it just looks like you painted the fingers black. So I've actually gone through and I'm like, putting all this testers putty on here and sanding them down and creating the gloves and stuff like that. So that's my only other pickup, but I'm very, very happy with that because that will be the end of my Mad Max figure, hopefully.
It'll never end. That's going to be the figure that keeps costing you tons of money. But let's move on because I want to talk about this picture that TJ shot. TJ, this is amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, thanks.
As someone who's been catching up on Game of Thrones, I just, like I was telling you before we started, I just watched season 7 for the very first time a week ago. You nailed this. It feels like winter is here.
Yeah. I love the dark background with just a little bit of light, on this coming from the left there. It looks really nice. It looks like the show.
The blurring of the background is actually, that aquarium fish tank tree stump that Richie's been using?
Yeah. I just bought
actually that, and then like I actually just.
I was using that a year ago. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I know you were. When I saw Richie post about it, I'm like, oh, I think these are the same trees that Trevor uses.
And that wasn't the first one.
But yes, like it's Trevor. Like I'm shocked you haven't gotten this yet. Like this is such a cool.
I'm thinking about it, man. I like this. I have the Knights King custom, and I'm happy with that. But I'm thinking about this because I got to either that or you're coming to my house and you're bringing it because I got a shot in mind for this. That maybe we can work on one. Like
I'm into that. Like 2 years ago, I messaged you if you would ever sell your Knights King. You never responded to me.
Well, why would I respond?
I know now. I was actually searching for that Knights King like on all the forums and on eBay. Like it didn't exist.
Somebody's got Nestor's got a question about backgrounds. Let's talk about it now. May as well. I mean, we're talking
as things come up. Yeah, we'll bring them up.
Yeah.
If people have questions.
Question away.
Q&A.
I think we have to do a whole show on just photography.
For sure.
I think we'll have a lot of questions, and that may become the show.
I do think that, we are 3 toy photographers chatting. I think that I would say 99.9% of our audience are toy photographers, probably. But, we don't talk a lot about photography because we're not 100% sure that is exactly the audience kind of thing.
Right.
We are a 1/6 show.
Right. So background, screen versus Photoshop.
Screen as a TV. Like Digirama versus practical.
Correct. Well, Digirama versus green screening, basically. Yeah, photoshopping in the background. Yeah. From my own personal experience, I've done both. I've been using Photoshop for a long time. My only problem with it is depth. I don't like having to shoot everything, in sharp focus. And it depends on what you're doing. Like the way BG Toy Art does it, you can blur parts of the figure post in Photoshop to make it look like it was shot with a different depth, but it's a lot of work. It's not for everybody, but I have like a large TV screen that I put behind the figures. The pain there is lighting and keeping the light from reflecting, but I've kind of worked that out. And I just like the idea that I can change the depth of field to get that sharper. I can even put that out of focus if I want to in Photoshop as I'm projecting it on the screen. So for me, I like the Digirama. That's mine.
I will also agree with you on that. That I think Digiramas are always going to look straight out of the box better than a full-on photoshopped in background after the fact, because a lot of the photoshopping in after the fact, you get a lot of, and maybe this is just because as someone who's in Photoshop all day every day for their day job, I notice a lot of feathered edges on figures a lot.
Yep.
So I typically, that's the first thing that jumps out at me. I always look for the angles and the edges and the corners that typically get overlooked when they're kind of silhouetting characters. Digiramas allow you to still have the background in the shot and still play with depth in a way. Because if you do have a Digirama, you can even add fake depth, if you will, by blurring out the photo that's in the background, whether or not you're doing that in your camera.
Correct. Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like in Photoshop, as you're projecting it, you can make, and I've done that. You could just blur the entire shot, and it, if that's what you really want, you can get that.
The only thing questionable about it is your lighting source. Really, is like you do have a background that you now have to match the lighting source that you're working with to something that's already in the photo. Mm-hmm. Versus when you're doing something in Photoshop, and you're just adding in a background after the fact, you'd be like, oh, let me find a photo that matches the lighting that I was using. Or
that's going in back. To me, that's the hardest part about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done it that way. I did a shot, and I actually have the video of 2 snow troopers, and I mean, I had the backdrop in mind before I did it. So I would say if you're going to do it that way, that's fine. I would say find the background that you're going to use first, because you want to match that light source. You don't want to like have to find something that matches your light source, the angle, the perspective. It's a That's a nightmare.
I agree. I'm 100% with you. Digiramas are a lot easier to work with. However, half the time, I don't know I want to do the fake background thing until I'm doing it. So sometimes I'll be like, I didn't like the way how this background came out, and I just start to erase the background. I'm like, I guess I'm just going to add in something.
Right.
So,
yeah, I haven't found a reason not to do it. The only tricky part is, and I'm actually writing an article for Exclu right now about this, is working with lighting with a large or even small reflective background. So look for that, I guess. TJ, what's your thoughts?
I've been doing a lot of Photoshop backgrounds, but what I do is I do sit around and just select my background first, and then I take multiple exposures, just moving a speed light around, and I just I blend them all in.
Okay.
That's how I've been getting like my last handful of shots.
That's been working, man. And I thought you were doing that. I thought you were doing all Photoshop backgrounds, right? That's all that's
I have. Like I found this website where I have all of these screen caps from like Infinity War. But with that being said, this White Walker shot,
yep,
was a black background.
Yep.
With like the Photoshop brush of like snow.
Yep.
I used one of those tree stumps. And I actually mirrored it and masked it into the other side to make it look like there was just another tree in there.
Yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun just using Photoshop. I know you and Tom, you guys get to use it every day. I don't. I'm just finally starting to get like comfortable with it.
To use it.
What?
Get to use it. We're like forced to use it, basically.
Forced to use it? Oh, okay. All right. But I would like to use digiramas. I don't have like a monitor set up where I shoot.
You see that thing over your shoulder right there?
It's not. It doesn't work, man. There's dogs. I go upstairs to that second bedroom. I close the door.
You need the solitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to come over, man. You got to come over. Bring that White Walker and let's do a shot.
Dude,
I got a killer shot in mind.
It's so good.
I got a killer shot in mind. We got to do it.
I hope 3-0 drops a Night's King.
Oh, I no doubt that they will. No doubt. Yeah.
But
they've been killing it, man. I mean, I thought what the hell's her name? Arya Stark was pretty good.
Did you get Arya Stark figure from the 3A one?
Yeah, I like it.
She looks great.
I think it's really good. I just got my Hound figure repainted by my buddy Pete, Paint by Pete. Looks great. The paint on that was weak at best. They're hit and miss, man, but this one looks really, really good. And you didn't get the deluxe one. You didn't want the naked.
I don't need like a topless White Walker.
Why not?
Well, it's a beach look. I mean,
like
summer is coming.
He's not tanning.
So you still got to show off those ribs. How else are you gonna get the ladies?
Yeah, the lighting is key.
A funny response to that. I am thinking.
Six Bliss says digiramas are easier. I think it is easier. It's a lot less painful.
Easier, looks better. Personally, if you get it right.
If you're really good, I just think it's a lot of work. You can make you can certainly shoot on a green screen or a gray background and do it. I've done it, and you can make it look great, and you can do it to the point where people won't even know you did it.
No, very true. Very
but
true.
It takes a lot of work. A lot of work. You will not be spending an hour on post-production. You'll be spending 3, 4, 5 hours on post.
Especially if you're talking about a character who has like rooted hair or something like that. Hair is the hardest thing to silver.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
You just sold a figure to Jordan, by the way, TJ.
I just saw that. I'm responding.
Yeah, this is awesome. I think you sold me on this figure with that shot.
Oh, wait, I do have to warn you guys about the figure.
Okay.
On mine, at least, like the knee joints got really loose really quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's the worst, too. Did Sideshow make it?
Oh, it's Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, not the tuna, the figure without a chest piece. Apparently.
Well, he has one there because I stuck it on there. Yeah.
And you still have not gotten a return on this. You haven't gotten a new one?
Nope. I was told that's a negative from Sideshow because they ran out of their stock for replacement parts.
Oh.
Which, to me, I will say this. So I opened this up. I got this figure 2 weeks ago. Today, actually. I opened it up 2 days later because I was still in New England at the time. I opened it up when I got home that Monday night kind of deal. It was broken when I opened it up. I wrote to them immediately within 10 minutes, actually, after opening up the figure. It took them a week and a half to get back to me. And I feel like that's one of those things where they're like, we can fix this if we don't have other stuff coming up pressing. Let's go to other stuff. So I felt like I got to them early enough where they would have had the part, and I felt like they kind of kept holding me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I wrote to 3A. A lot of people have written to me.
Good luck.
See, a lot of people have written me in the past and told me that 3A is actually great, that they're really good with returns and stuff like that, or like parts and etc.
Well, all right, I'll take that back. They did. You finish your story, but yeah, they actually were good about one thing. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the only thing left I had to say was like I was just going to wait for 3A to respond. They said
so they haven't gotten back.
I wrote to them yesterday because that's when I heard back from Sideshow.
Okay.
I wrote to them, got the email from Sideshow, one window, opened up the next window, wrote to 3A like immediately. They said only 72 hours till they get back to me, whereas Sideshow was 7 to 10 business days. So I'll at least know, hopefully by Monday, whether or not I'll get a part. And if it comes down to it, I honestly could fix a lot of the stuff on this figure myself. I was just hoping to not have to.
Yeah, I know that. So for the 3-0 stuff, I got the Hound that I got came in a box. My postman handed it to me, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" It literally looked like somebody stomped on the box. It was horrible, like the worst package I've ever received. And I opened it up, and luckily the figure wasn't damaged. There was a couple of little pieces. There was a belt piece that broke. But luckily the rest of it wasn't damaged somehow. The package is destroyed.
Destroyed. Yeah.
3-0 sent me the new piece, but they couldn't send me a new box. I just like it's.
I think they did everything that
Fine,
I would expect a company.
fine. I did make the point of the value, but whatever, blah blah. I don't really give a shit, but I made the point. And I spelled this Bumblebee.
I know, that's what I was joking about. Bumblebee.
I'm going fast. So, but Sideshow. Let's go back to Sideshow. So, I've had 2 issues with Sideshow stuff. I got the IG-88, and about a week after I got it, there's the part where you press down the head and the lights come on in the head. Very weak. This is Sideshow's own figure too. Very weak connection. Not a great situation for the whole figure. And they basically told me, "Yeah, SOL. We don't have any more. Blah blah blah. You're done." And then I got a Vader with the one of the belt boxes. The switch you couldn't even reach it. It was like so recessed underneath it. Called them about that. Wrote them about that. It's like, yeah, can't really get you another part like that. So, send a picture, send a video, which is what I did for IG-88, and they never got back to me, so I didn't bother.
They never got back to you?
I sent them a video, and they said, yeah, okay, we can see there's an issue, but we don't have any more parts. We can't send you another part.
That's the thing that sucks, is like, especially because they are the creators of those figures that they don't have the extra stuff.
Right.
For me, this is the first time I ever got heard back from Sideshow on a replacement return that was a negative for me.
I know you said that they've been pretty good.
They've been amazing to me in the past, which actually the very first Hot Toys figure I ever purchased was my Avengers Captain America. Now that figure has a very specific known issue where the shield will flake, the paint will flake off. So,
right.
I did not know that when I bought it because I bought it brand new. No one knew that when they bought it, obviously.
And this is Hot Toys.
This is Hot Toys. This is not Sideshow. This is Hot Toys' official distributor.
I heard this on the podcast. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, for those who did not hear the story before, I know I can kind of tell the same stories over and over again. I'm preparing myself for later in life where I just annoy people.
Yeah, Grandpa, we heard this one.
Yeah, exactly. We heard about your Captain.
Yeah, the Captain America shield. Yeah, yeah.
Well, back in my day, Sideshow used to be great. All right, they sent me 3 replacement shields for my one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Really, they did, and that was the thing. It was kind of crazy. It was like I just wrote to them out of the blue 2 years after the fact, like not even knowing. I'm like, let me just throw out this email. You never know what's going to happen. I'm like, hey, my shield's flaking. What do I do? Is there anything I can do? And I always, every email I ever write out to a company, I'm like, I'm willing to pay for a replacement because I know half the time it's like wear, air, or weather or whatnot. And I'm like, I'm willing to pay. And they're like, oh, no, you don't have to pay or anything. We'll send you a replacement. Just destroy the original shields you have. They didn't ask for any proof. They sent me the stuff. So I have like, at this point now, I have like 5 different Captain America figures. So I have about like 10 shields. It's amazing. I have a plethora of shields. So
yeah, I've seen those videos of people destroying the figure when they've had to destroy the figure. I'm like, dude, I know Photoshop. I could totally fake this.
Yeah. So I was a little disheartened with Bumblebee, but at the same time, if push comes to shove, I can fix it if I need to. They did offer me a full refund if I want to return the figure. However, I bought the figure with a lot of gift cards that I got for the holidays and whatnot. So I wouldn't get that money to then go spend on another Bumblebee. I would get that money to spend back on Sideshow, which, yes, I spent a lot of money on Sideshow, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Nebula right there. There you go.
Yeah, I know. But I want to buy Bumblebee.
No, I know. And these shots look incredible. Broken or not broken, this looks great. There's another one here of Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee. I was actually really happy with this one because I didn't actually.
That's awesome. Eyes, I love this shot.
Thank you. Besides the
light over the shoulder / spare tire.
That was me holding a Litra torch, like.
Oh yeah.
I was taking a picture holding a Litra torch like this, like off to the side, like.
All right, so I don't feel so bad. I do that every once in a while. I'll hold a light, and I'm like, "This is stupid. Why am I holding this light? Like, I'm gonna take 2 shots, 3 shots of this. It's gonna be in a different place every time. Like, oh, I really like that, but I'm not gonna get it in the same place every time. You know."
I don't think I've ever posted a shot where I'm not holding a light. I think every shot that I've ever posted, I'm holding something to it. You have a remote trigger.
I do, but I don't use it that often. I normally use the timer.
How are you taking this shot?
Timer.
Oh, you're doing a timer. Okay.
Yeah. I do like a 2-second timer.
Shots and just moving it around. Yeah. Okay.
But I still have one hand. Like, I'm only holding one light, so I still have
No, I get it. My point is, like, I'll position lights and I'll be like, oh, bingo, that's it. That's the one. I want the light hitting that thing. I like the way it's like rimming that tire like that. And I like the way it's hitting the side of his face. And I want it exactly like that. But I'm going to do some, well, you're not doing any kind of atmosphere or anything here, are you? Or atmosphere aerosol? Or?
So I wanted to. I actually, off to the left-hand side of this figure is my fog machine. But I think I might have told you in the past.
So you have a fog machine. Okay. Me too.
I used to.
Oh.
Until I was taking a picture of, recently I posted a picture of Joker on looking onto Batman, like being like, hey, you're becoming me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I took that up here and I have the fog machine hanging on the railing up here.
That's right. I forgot about the story.
And it fell, and I thought it still worked fine until I plugged it in to take these pictures, and guess what? It doesn't work anymore. So I don't have a fog machine anymore.
Yeah, they're pretty fragile, but they're only like $40. So.
Yeah, so $30, whatever. It's like 35, whatever.
But so going back to this, that's my thing where I want the light to be there, and then I'm going to throw fog, and I'm going to take like 50 shots, and I'm going to pick 3 where the fog looks good and it's hit the right place. And so me holding a light, believe me, I've done shit where I'm like one of those one-man band things where I'm holding a reflector over here and a light back there and hitting the fog machine with my foot, you know.
That's me every time. The fog machine is not a button that I hit with my thumb. I think I've used it with my thumb like 3 or 4 times. Right? It's always my foot. I always have my other 2 hands working on some lights and a camera. Yes. But the fog machine button is my like big toe.
Yes. Yes. It is crazy. It is crazy.
I know. It really does look like the whole one-man band It does. I don't know if people like know what that means anymore, but we're of an age that we do.
This picture is your guys' fault. This figure
Yes, it is, and
your
I'm
guys'
very
fault.
happy for that. That's just very happy.
I'm very happy. Thank you guys so much for, like, especially Trevor, because you wrote that one day. You're like, hey, by the way, sale, and like you're like, go get that Gimli.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh well, I do want Gimli.
well, I think I'm getting heroin from that sale too. It's 180, man. I didn't realize there wasn't tax. That's
Tax,
crazy.
no shipping.
I know.
180.
I know.
Straight out the gate.
I know. I'm doing it. This is a great shot.
Thank you. And this was taken on my coffee table. I've been wanting to take him down, like actually outside and do some stuff, which I'm going to do tomorrow. I've been waiting for the weekend, and I'm taking him to Utah with me next week.
Nice.
Get some good like mountainy shots with him and whatnot.
That'll be great.
But man, opening up the box to this figure, you guys weren't even joking with how good this stuff is.
Right.
Asmus is a company that I'm now paying a lot of attention to.
Yeah.
Very, very happy.
Their clothing is outrageous, man. They do an amazing job every time now. I mean, they really got it down.
It's that you can kind of see it here in this picture a little bit if you follow his eye down to where his chest is.
Yep.
The mail, the chainmail. It's not chainmail. It's kind of something else. But
it's like a plate. It's like a yeah.
Those plates,
mini plates.
Just they pick up light beautifully.
Yep.
They look great in person.
Yep.
The only thing about this figure that I think I maybe have any kind of small complication with is the fact that well, actually, I have two things. The it's not the Orc Bane, it's the Goblin Cleaver that he wears around him. That's a bitch to keep closed. That sash part.
I have not. Yeah, I didn't get that. Done well, man. That was a pain in the ass. Yeah, there's a problem.
2 out of the 3 buttons in. I can't get any more.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's a problem. I wish it was more of like a magnetic closure.
Magnetic, or even Velcro for that.
Velcro would have been perfect.
That solution.
All the the Hot Toys figures I have that have Velcro are perfect for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It would have been bulkier, and I think that's why they didn't go with it. But those little rubbery snaps, I mean, I hate
those hard plastic. It would have been better, but yeah.
They don't go in. They're just horrible.
And I feel like I'm going to ruin the figure, because I have to pull it out further to kind of snap it in.
Yes, it was killing me. Did that kill you, TJ, or did you have no problem with that? Just like Boba Fett, you just there's no problem.
I had no problem, guys.
Fuck you, TJ. I wish you were here so I could smack you.
I know. I'm just going to call him over every time I get one of these things. I can't do this. TJ, come over here.
God damn it.
I know. He just has no problem with it, man.
Okay, so that was my one problem. My second problem is the fact I wish this is going to sound like a really weird and really obnoxious complaint. I wish there was more hair on his head. Because I was styling his hair. I did. Yeah, fuck you, TJ. Yeah. We're not.
What was the problem? This took like 30 seconds.
Take it off and put it on right now. Take it off.
Yeah. I want to see that too. And we got to talk the whole time.
We're gonna talk for the next 10 minutes. You take that off and you put it back on. Come on.
Why would I do that?
Take it off and put it back on. It's so easy.
Let's see it. Prove it. Prove that your wife isn't the one who knows how to do this stuff, and you do it.
No, the only thing I've asked her to do is style Wonder Woman's hair.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, show us that you know how to put the jetpack on that guy.
And
so
contour what?
So more hair.
I don't remember.
There's a reason for it, because when I was taking the pictures, I didn't realize I was styling his hair. I had a picture up of Thorin from the movie.
Yep.
On one screen, and I had Thorin in my hand over here. And I was styling his hair, and I started getting it. And I got it perfect on the sides. I thought everything looked great. And then I looked back at the top of his skull, and there was a big chunk of black plastic showing, right in the front. And I'm like, oh, so I don't have enough going back. I have too much on the sides. So it was just I had it separated. When I moved it back,
you do, yeah. You almost have to separate it over the shoulders because of that big fur, man. It's crazy. Without the fur, it's a little easier, but that fur just makes it. You got to basically divide it.
You do. Yeah. You have to say, okay, this is now the front hair. This is the back hair.
And he had it in. He had it in a tail at one point in the movie too, which I'm surprised they didn't do anything with, because that probably would have been a lot more manageable. And it, oh, I got it. Yeah. Who's that?
Those Nestor.
Oh, Nestor. Okay. Yeah. I got something for you in a second, but
I use the same thing. So I have a full head of hair,
okay.
unlike some of the people in this cast.
Yeah,
But I use just my own
rub it
product
off.
for Thorin. I was like, oh, I have pomade, so I'll just use my pomade for Thorin. Because you told me on the previous cast that you just used people's styling gel.
Dax wax, actually. Yeah, it is styling gel. It's Dax wax, but it's it's like a thick wax. It's like the type of stuff you'd probably use, I'm assuming, to like slick back your hair. You know, I don't know if it does that anymore, but it's heavy wax.
So I was using very not pomade, not like American Crew pomade, which leaves everything kind of feeling sticky.
Yeah.
Stuff that kind of so the stuff I've been using lately, I can't even remember the name of it. It was a friend of mine is a stylist, and she gave me some stuff. So I was using that stuff, and it dries to a point where it holds, but it doesn't feel sticky.
That's like the Dax wax. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
So if it's just like that, then it's that. Yeah. You can use actual human grade.
I've tried like there's this pixie foam or something. I don't know what the hell it is. Like a gel. It's too light. It's okay for a minute, and then a week later it kind of leaves a film and stuff like that. But the Dax wax, it's a little shiny, but I think it works really well. And you can even, like, if you want to curl it on like a small dowel or something like that to get some curl in it and stuff, it'll hold for a good long while. But that is the problem with this figure, is the hair is like, he has a curl to parts of the hair that you have to put that in, or you got to do. It's tough. It is tough with the collar on it to divide it over the shoulders, because it just doesn't. The
bottom of his hair is very frizzy to a degree, where I was definitely, because I don't have any combs or any like small combs or anything like that could brush his hair. Yeah. So I was like using my nails, and I felt like I was pulling out strand by strand, adding a little bit of stuff to each one.
Yeah, literally get a Barbie comb or something like that off eBay. I mean, it's the same thing as that Chewbacca comb, which is the one I use all the time for this stuff.
I'm not gonna buy a Barbie.
My wife just made a suggestion.
Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
You should get a mascara wand.
A what?
Mascara wand.
There you go.
That is a great idea.
Oh, that you'll do. That you'll go into Sephora and go get yourself a mascara wand.
I'm not buying a Barbie brush.
Well, that's true. You're in California, so nobody's gonna bat an eye.
No, bat an eye whatever I buy out here.
You try that in Queens. You try that in Yonkers.
You'll be like,
never fuck.
Girl, you're looking good, or something like that.
But yeah, I mean, this figure is just fucking gorgeous. And the other great figure is Gimli.
So I now
Gimli is really good.
All right, maybe you guys can help me here. Spoiler alert. I mean, not spoiler alert, because I think I talked about this a little bit. I returned my previous Thanos, that I ordered. I had already put in $250 into that Thanos figure.
Yep.
Hot Toys is like, don't worry, or not Hot Toys. Sideshow is like, don't worry, we'll move over your non-refundable deposit to another figure, but we'll refund you all the money, which I had hoped would just move to the new Thanos, but they couldn't do that. So now I have a lot of money sitting in a PayPal account.
Gimli.
So I was like, Gimli, or do I suck it up and just get Bilbo to go with my Thorin, even though he does not have ankle articulation, which is a big negative to me?
Well, here's from a standpoint of what do you want eventually. I would say get Gimli now, because I think Gimli is going to be gone, and I think you can get Bilbo for a while.
I am also hoping that they redo Bilbo with, and this is shocking for me. I know.
Nah, they won't.
But I want rooted hair Bilbo.
I don't see that coming anytime soon. I think you're going to get Legolas, and you're going to get
Jordan saying Gimli. If Jordan's saying Gimli, I should get Gimli.
Yeah, Jordan's right.
I trust Jordan way more than you guys. So.
Thanks. That's great.
No problem. Cheers. It looked like beer just came out your nose for a second.
No, beer went on my nose because I pulled the beer can away too quickly. Almost up my nose. That's a gorgeous shot too, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Nestor, Gandalf, we're going to have a new version of Gandalf coming out soon, which I definitely plan on getting. But yeah, no, I was very, very, very happy taking pictures of this Thorin. I cannot wait to take like more serious shots where it's not just me sitting on my couch taking pictures of Thorin on my coffee table while watching Naruto on TV.
He's gonna look great in Utah, man. That's gonna be a perfect figure for that.
I'm very I was actually trying to hold off on him till then, until you were like, "Oh, do you mind sending me some shots for the cast?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll take some pictures." And now after I took some pictures this week, I'm like, now I need to take some pictures this weekend where I can actually take them out as spots I've been thinking of.
Yeah, that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, I'm
perfect.
Thank you both for inspiring this purchase.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome. And so take the advice and get Gimli.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, you'll be able to get Bilbo for a while if you really want him.
Tom.
Yes.
I don't know if I told you, but Gimli's really good.
Wait, what? Should I buy Gimli?
You should.
Here's one other thing, though.
Just an idea.
Do you want to know what I'm doing right now while we're talking? Is I'm on the AsmusToys.com, and I just clicked on Gimli, and I'm about to click on the purchase now button.
You do it.
Or maybe it's
actually happening. The purchasing is happening while we're talking.
Are we doing it?
Yes.
When you hit the button, because then I'll bring this up.
I actually just added it to cart, so that's how far we've gotten.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well, I can go as far as my internet is going to allow me. All right, it's stuck. Whoa.
So this is the only thing that you might want for Gimli. This is from a Viking, some sort of Viking figure. I think it's CooModels too. I'm not sure. But this is the only thing that I didn't like about Gimli was the chainmail. It's fine. It works, but it feels like it's going to be short-lived, like over time, and it just doesn't look perfect. So somebody suggested this to replace it. I haven't done it yet. Probably not something you're going to want to necessarily do unless you're, die hard.
Insane. Well, unless you'll want to spend $100 on a can of dog food for your figure.
This was like $20. But here's the thing: I think you have to actually break the belt on Gimli.
Oh, that sounds awful.
So, yeah, I haven't done it yet.
TJ used to say something so people can see the cuteness that I'm seeing.
I know, right?
Hello. There's a dog on my shoulder. There's a dog on my shoulder.
What's his name?
Actually, this is our oldest dog, Lucy, who is a little antisocial.
So cute.
But she's our favorite.
Nice.
You shouldn't have favorites, man.
We do.
Hey, Sabrina's on. Hey, Sabrina.
Oh, I'm okay.
Oh, I love Sabrina's icon too. It's a little Shih Tzu. It's her little Shih Tzu. I love it.
So that's pretty much the end of this. What do you guys got any questions? Like, what are you guys pre-ordering? Are you getting Thanos? Are you getting Nebula? Are you getting Iron Man? What is it? 85? Is that what that is?
It's the Mark 85. Apparently, while in space, floating in space, dying, he goes through 35 iterations.
I was like, what? How did this get to 85? What the hell is this?
I don't know. Are there other characters from Endgame or Infinity War that you hoped for? Are you in my camp where you want them to now do Mantis now that we have the rest of the Guardians? We're just missing the one. What do you guys think?
16 Blitz says the whole Endgame line.
Wow.
So, here's a question.
So,
my call is we're going to see Professor Hulk.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So Professor Hulk's a thing. That I would order. I would think that, I don't know. That I like the classic Hulk in terms of like a figure. I don't know if I want like bespectacled, Professor Hulk.
What I've learned, or at least what I've read.
Ronin Hawkeye, yes, definitely.
Ronin Hawkeye would be awesome.
Yeah.
What people are talking about, at least, I don't know if any of this is true or whatnot. It's just all speculation. Is that the Hulk that we're seeing wearing the purple and gray top is Professor Hulk?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, great. However, I like the look of torn pants, no top Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, that's the classic Hulk.
Yeah. I'm sure they're going to get, they have to bring that in. I think it's going to be this movie somewhere in the midpoint, and then they'll have a movie with him probably starting out as that and going back to Monster Hulk, I'm thinking.
Well, they can't have a Hulk movie still, unfortunately, because Universal still has the rights to a individual Hulk movie.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's why they haven't done a Hulk movie.
Oh, no shit. So they've got to work him into somebody else. But they do have a Black Widow movie coming up, so...
That takes place in the 90s.
Oh, fuck.
Or earlier.
Right, it's prequel.
It takes place in the past.
Right.
Because I don't think... I'll even share speculation with you. I don't think Black Widow makes it out of the battle with Thanos or the battle in Endgame. Because the Russo brothers on Twitter said that 2 of the original Avengers survive Endgame. Only 2.
They've said this?
Yeah, they said that online, and I was so pissed that they
on the record?
Online on the record. However, they also said that the people that die in Infinity War are now dead, and we've seen the trailer for Spider-Man: Homecoming, or not Homecoming, Far From Home.
Well, they are dead, but if they go back in time, they're not dead. I mean, that's the thing. They're dead in this timeline, like you said. They're dead in the way things have gone, but they're not dead. They're not coming back. Basically.
Right. But they did say that, only 2 of the original Avengers are going to survive. So if I could make a guess, it would be Hulk and Thor. I wish it was Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man, because I don't want Tony to leave. I know for a fact.
Really expecting him to be done with it. Chris Evans is obviously...
Chris Evans was done with it after Captain America #1.
Yeah, he's already done with it. So I'm assuming it's those 2. But wait a minute, how many Avengers were in the original? There was Black Widow, Hulk, Thor, Tony, and Captain America.
Hawkeye.
How can there only be 2 of those? There's no way. Well, unless he's saying Hawkeye is no longer Hawkeye and he's Ronin now, So I mean, there's one.
Or all their contracts are done and Hawkeye is dead because he sacrifices himself for his family that died in Infinity War.
Well, they do have the scene with him with his daughter teaching her how to shoot.
Yeah.
And that in the comic books, right? She became Hawkeye.
Different character altogether. Kate Bishop is not even related at all.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah.
I was actually a little. I do hope that. I don't know if Bishop is the last name of his wife, and his daughter's name is Kate, and it's something where down the line she kind of just adopts the moniker of her mother for some reason or whatnot. But it would be great if they kind of pay homage to that character.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've already said. I mean, we're assuming his family died in Infinity War, which is why he becomes what he becomes. So I don't know. I don't know what could go down there.
Nestor wants to know if we think a new Scarlet Witch is coming out, or if he should get the Civil War one. Same with Vision. And I would say my favorite Scarlet Witch is the new Avenger Scarlet Witch, the one that came out at the very end of Age of Ultron, one that there was just a movie promo edition, because it wasn't just her wearing street clothes, like a trench coat and some kind of like red top and black pants. It was more of a superhero costume.
Yeah.
If you can get that. If you could find that, that'd be great. Otherwise, I do know that they're doing a TV show on the Disney Plus or whatever they're going to call the Disney streaming service with Scarlet Witch. So you might be getting something from that. But it depends on whether or not. Yes. So they're doing 2 different.
Not Vision?
Not Vision.
Oh, man.
They're doing a Scarlet Witch show. They didn't say what it was. And they're doing a Loki show, which we know a little bit about that. And that is.
Well, that's younger.
Sorry?
He's younger, though. That's the younger version of.
Right. It's going to be Tom Hiddleston narrating a younger Loki TV show, which is great because that's pretty much the Tales of Suspense comic book.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued at what the Scarlet Witch show would be.
I mean, if it was Scarlet, if it was Vision and the Scarlet Witch, it'd be very cool. But Yeah, that's going to be one expensive show, I suppose, with the actors.
I will say towards Wade just made a comment. Vision will only happen if Shuri isn't really dead and she got his body off the battlefield. My secret thought for Endgame is that we get the white Vision, the reborn Vision, like Vision coming back somehow.
Yep.
By Shuri, I actually thought it would be Shuri who rebuilds him somehow.
Yep.
I do think that we will see that at some point,
but not in this movie. I don't think it's going to happen in this movie.
Maybe not.
I think
my theory for that all took place before I knew that Shuri was dead. I didn't even know Shuri was dead until the trailer.
Shuri will be Ironheart, and maybe then she'll bring back Vision.
Yeah, I agree with Boy who says he doesn't think that there'll be a new Scarlet Witch or Vision figure. I do agree with him on that. I don't think we'll see.
Probably, yeah, probably. I'm pissed because I think now now that they have Nebula, I want the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't know when the next Star-Lord is going to come out. Well, luckily, there's another Guardians of the Galaxy coming out, so I'm hoping it'll be
after Suicide Squad 2, so you have a while to wait.
Yeah.
But I want Mantis. I want to finish that team now.
I could do without Mantis, but Drax, I mean, I'm going to have to go backwards and get Drax, and then Drax I don't think he's cheap. Is he?
Really? Wow, he was available for a long ass time. I didn't realize that he was not cheap.
I don't know if he's not available anymore. I mean, you can't get him directly anymore, but I don't know. I don't think he was produced in high numbers.
That doesn't surprise me, actually.
I could be wrong. I haven't checked the price.
They were supposed to release a volume 2 Drax. They teased them a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And if it is a thing where it follows suit with the original Drax release, we might see that pre-order come up 2 years from now. So who knows?
That would have been the perfect April 1st Hot Toys joke if they had any sense of humor.
Like, hey,
Invisible Drax.
A blank picture was like, buy
Drax from Infinity War.
Drax. Yeah, that'd be great. Or it's just a bag of those nuts floating in air. Like whatever.
That's great. And that's the only accessory is the bag of nuts.
I would love that. Actually, I would love that.
That would be great. They need better marketing. Shuri is technically only missing, right? Yeah, she's only missing. Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, they said she's dead. I don't know. I haven't gone through and analyzed all those photos of the left, right, facing, stuff, black and white, semi-color, whatever the hell it is. But I've heard Shuri's supposedly dead.
Shuri, from what we know, we really don't have any kind of confirmation of what had happened. So we just know that they have screens of her being dead or her being alive.
So do we think that Bucky will become Captain America, or you think they'll just keep Captain America done?
I think Bucky becomes Captain America.
I think
maybe not in this movie.
No.
I don't think an Endgame. I think that's down the line kind of thing.
Bucky or Falcon? I don't know.
Not Falcon. I don't think Falcon's ready for it. I don't think he's. If they kept Bucky alive, they did the Winter Soldier thing. I think Bucky will be Cap next. I think maybe Anthony Mackie, as time kind of goes on, might eventually become Cap, or we'll see a Cap from another dimension kind of come in or something or other. But I don't think that we'll see Falcon Cap yet. Interesting take.
So what are the Avengers going to look like after this, do you think? Captain Marvel leading.
Yep. Captain Marvel. Doctor Strange.
Yep.
I heard a rumor that Spider-Man is done with MCU after Far From Home, and that Sony retains the rights. They only got it for like 3 films or 4
What?
films.
No.
I don't know if that's true. I just heard a rumor. That's all I have to say.
Oh, that would be.
Otherwise, I would say Spider-Man, obviously.
Spider-Man was never in like the Avengers for more than a week.
Yeah, he was.
When? Not in the classic times. Not in
the classic times. But we're not dealing with classic times here, man.
Modern age?
Modern age, the new age of heroes, if you will.
I liked when he just like filled in. He was in there for like 2 issues and then he was out.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't think the Avengers should ever have Wolverine on them, personally. I don't know. The Avengers should. I do think Spider-Man is an awesome Avenger if he becomes an Avenger and he in the movies.
Yeah.
However, in the comics, he was just Avenger. I want to say it happened in like 2007 or something like that.
Well, he was a member of the Fantastic Four for a hot minute too.
Yeah, and that's actually more deep rooted in comic lore. Like he's more of a Fantastic Four character than he is an Avenger character.
Right.
However, when Brian Michael Bendis started writing the Avengers, he's like, let me create a new team. And his team was Wolverine, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Ronan. Like he had like a very interesting team of Avengers.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. Spider-Woman. Like it was really cool.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was never a classic Avenger.
No. It always got defendery. What do you think, TJ?
Oh, I feel like
what are your predictions for Endgame?
Deaths that I'm not ready to accept. But they will be immortalized in Hot Toys figures. And
yeah, I mean, I think that's why I'm feeling like I think I want to get this. Steph's on, nice.
And Steph is saying something we should talk about in a second.
Okay.
War Machine, but let's continue.
I want to get this Iron Man. I want to get this Captain. I'm assuming they're going to come out with the Captain America, and the armor or the uniform looks great now. It's got the
the chainmail
class.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the Cap I get. I think it's going to be the Iron Man I get, and that's going to be my Avengers take. And hopefully there'll be a. I didn't love the last Thor. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but I don't know. I like a classic Thor. So hopefully they come out with something for this that's a little more. I doubt it, but what do we got on here from Steph?
Steph wants to know, or Steph was saying that she, was thinking about War Machine definitely, which I gotta say that new War Machine armor looks.
There will be a new War Machine for sure. Yeah,
there will definitely be a War Machine figure.
Yeah,
I do hope. My secret hope is that we do see a War Machine figure where he has some kind of like latch or something like that Rocket can hang off of, or they do a 2-pack with him and Rocket.
That'd be cool.
Because of that scene from the trailer, I think they're trying to pair them up, and I always felt like Rocket and War Machine were meant to be together because War Machine is every weapon known to humankind in one armor.
That's true. Rocket wants the suit. I don't know. Don Cheadle in that part, like I like him. I don't know. I mean, that's true. The War Machine's still going to be around if Tony Stark dies.
Yep.
So you got that too going on. But he's always been War Machine in the comics. It's always been like it's a separate character, separate. Rhodey was Iron Man for, again, a hot minute, but that was it.
Very hot minute, yeah. Very small.
Like four issues or something like that. Yeah.
People want to know, Trevor, are you going to start breaking into hot toys, Marvel, or what?
I don't know, man. I've been holding off on that shit for a long time. It's space, and it's like, I know if I get down that rabbit hole, I'm going to be in trouble because it is like, it's exactly what we're talking about. Which version of Captain America are you going to have? I don't need 3 versions of I don't need 3 versions of Anakin. So,
but you're coming in at the end of a lot of characters, so where you get the pick of the litter, if you will.
I know. Well, to some degree, if you don't want to pay through the nose for some classic versions, but I really like the way this Cap is looking, and I really love the way the Iron Man's looking. So,
okay, actually, can we talk about that Cap for a second? Because they just showed it for one picture.
Yep.
No one seems to be talking about this, and I was talking about this with World of Heart 6, Matt, and we were both lamenting the same thing. It is the same head sculpt they've used for 6 years or something like that.
No, I know.
Captain America.
Yeah.
How do we not have at this point in time a new Captain America helmeted head sculpt? Not the changeable faceplate one, whatever, because that one's a little extended in a weird way that never looked right to me personally.
Yeah.
But the helmet that we saw, that is I believe it was the Age of Ultron was where we saw it first. Right. And then we saw it again in Civil War for the Battling Cap version. And that was, I think that was the last time we saw it. And that seems to be the one that they're showing for Endgame.
Yeah.
How do we not have a new head sculpt? That's like 4 or 5 years down the line. He's older now.
I know. I
We have
know.
to admit, Chris Evans ages, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Not like the rest of us.
The way
I mean,
Keanu Reeves ages, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope that this would be a new one coming out, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I will see, but I think this is going to break the Marvel barrier for me.
Good. I hope so.
Yeah.
And I like to see that. I like seeing the Sabrina. I mean, I don't like seeing because I wish it was not the case. But Sabrina also agrees with me that Cerise that head sculpt, and we're all tired of it.
Yeah. I think I would like to. I love the Guardians, so I mean, the Guardians we're gonna. I've always been holding myself back from getting the Guardians, so that would have been like the first thing. But I think it's just going to be a matter of we'll see how the movie. I mean, we still got a year before these things come out, so I don't have to pre-order now. I'm going to wait till Endgame comes out. I'm going to see what happens. If they both die, I'm going to be on there pre-ordering Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
Maybe Thanos, and we'll see. Otherwise, I'll go back to the Guardians and just get the next round of the Guardians. But
I'm all about the Guardians. I'm all about my main Avengers team. I just want, honestly, one iteration of every character.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm pretty upset that we don't have Mantis yet. Because now that we have Nebula, who else are we missing besides Mantis?
Right.
Really?
Right. Yeah, I mean, maybe with the next Guardian movie, we'll get her. Maybe they'll give her more of a part. The Hot Toys.
She's a great part in Infinity War. She has some of the best lines.
I know. You know how it is though with Hot Toys. Though it's got to, it's all about what's going to sell, and I'm sure they've done research and found out that it's just not going to be a huge.
I know, but I think that
$120. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be the biggest.
Oh, Palm is she's Chinese, I believe, correct? And you guys correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Okay.
I feel like she would do really well in markets outside of maybe the U.S. market or whatnot, because she's an actor who is a big actor from other countries.
Possible.
I would hope so. I mean, I really want a figure of her. I like Mantis is a classic comic book Guardians of the Galaxy like character.
Yes.
Nebula was never a Guardian in the comics.
Right.
Never.
I don't want to take this deeper. Do you think we'll ever get to the point where there's a Lance Astro or anything like that? Or yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think so. I think that
Lance
we will
Vance.
see that as time kind of goes. I think we're going to see all iterations of every character because they're going to keep this universe alive.
I'm wondering how long this is gonna go before it gets tired.
Me too, man. You and me both.
All right, I got to wrap this up. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining us. This was great. I'm glad the live worked out, and it was excellent to have some questions and stuff. We'll definitely do more of these things now that we know how to do them. Thanks for working through that with us in the beginning, if you were here from the beginning. And next week is Celebration. I'm going to be away, but I'm sure we'll probably do something. I don't know. Maybe you're going to be in Utah.
too.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do something quick or something, but maybe the week after that we'll wrap up everything that's come out during that.
I think a good
still
wrap up
thinking
episode.
Episode 1, Obi-Wan, going to be announced any day now. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, everybody.
TJ?
Oh, wait.
Guys, good night.
TJ.
Dance?
Yes.
TJ, dance.
Dance?
Hold on. I turn this off. Is this Wade? It's got to be Wade.
It's Wade. We're all waiting, TJ.
Wade, I'll send you a separate video later.
No. It has to be on the main feed, buddy. Come on.
No. Just. You know what the best part about this is? When I get uncomfortable, I can just click leave meeting.
Okay. All right. We'll have the TJ dance gif up next week.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate
Take care.
it.
See you later, guys.
See you later.